Okay. Thank you so much to the members of the press. Thank you for coming. First of all, let me pass my condolences to the families who lost their members. It's so unfortunate. Rex and Evans, they have died, and they were protesting peacefully. It's so unfortunate that during this age and era, we still have such cases that we can lose members of our teams. We can lose members of the peaceful protesters, like youths, the Genz. So we saw the president speaking of dialogue, and we want to tell him point blank, because we are all professionals. Like we said, we are tribeless, and we are not affiliated to any political party. So to the president, we are told to tell you to advise your advisors to advise you, because we are told you are not advisable. You only advise your advisors. So advise your advisors so that you bring this finance bill down, reject it, because it will be coming to your desk for the final assent. If you assent to this finance bill, you are the enemy of the people. And all of us, including the Gen Zs who are on the front line, on the front line of this, millennials and Xers and everybody, we are coming for the president. If you assent to this bill has touched even the professionals. Your intellectual quotient will be now taxed, the VAT. So even you online guys, the digital, you're not left out. You're not safe, you're not left out. So we are asking all professionals to come out. This is not a party, this is not a political party. We saw people coming out to want to register a political party. No, this is not a political party. We are out here as professionals. Watu wa kinyozi, the hairdressers, everybody. We are telling them to come out on Tuesday, tomorrow. Come out with your regalias, professional regalias. If you're a doctor, if you're a doctor, if you're a journalist, come out with your tools. Let us show the president and the world that we are aware of what is happening, and we are ready for everything and anything. We will be peaceful, and we thank everyone who is supporting us as professionals, even our diaspora members. They are giving us much more support, and we thank you and all Kenyans. So to the president, please, you said you want to talk to the Gen Zs. You cannot come, if you need equity, you cannot come with dirty hands. You want us to come and sit down. We have no leader. Our leaders are us, everybody, all Kenyans. This is not a party that you can come and call one person to a table and tell them, okay, let us do this like you used to do. This is not a political party. Do not address us the way Moi used to address the opponents. This is different. The wind of change is blowing, and is a paradigm shift. I heard Kimani Chungwa saying that we come with iPhones and go to KFC. You will not believe it. Tomorrow we will come with Range Rovers, and we will come with Porsches, wakina Kai Cairo. They have serious cars, and you will not believe. So it's a serious matter. It's not a joke. We ask all professionals to come out in their numbers. This is a peaceful protest, and make no mistake, if police try to do what they do, we have strategies, and we will be giving our members how they will protect themselves. Even the umbrellas will be giving out there tomorrow to shield them from the water cannon. We have all strategies, and we are ready for this. So tomorrow, guys, come out peacefully, come out and show professionals and show everybody that this regime, this tax should be brought down. Number two, about killing, we want the policemen who did that to be brought to book. If the president wants us to speak to him, those people who caused those heinous acts of killing peaceful protesters should be brought to book for us to even listen to anything, because protesters have been killed time and time again. There's nothing happening. They kill Musando, they kill the babies. Nothing has been happening. So this is the last and the first. Rex and Evans, rest in peace. We will come out for you guys. So maybe I can ask the press to any questions. Yeah? Oh. Yeah, sure.
Okay, so first I'd like to say that the Republic of Kenya is First I'd like to say that the Republic of Kenya is a democratic republic. And what is democracy? Democracy is the rule of the people, by the people, and for the people. Therefore, what you can see from this Finance Bill 2024 is that there's nothing that is of the people, by the people, and for the people. This bill has been set to destroy everyone. All generations from Gen Z to Gen Alpha to millennials to our grandparents or our parents, they were not able to, maybe in the previous generations were not able to come forward and let's say, fight for their rights. But us as Gen Zs, this is what we are going to do. We will show up and show out, not only for our parents, but also for the future generation. Yes. Secondly, I'd like to address the MPs who voted yes to this heinous bill, because clearly last week, Tuesday and Thursday, citizens were out here rallying for their rights. We were out here screaming, reject the finance bill, we don't want this bill, but they still went ahead to vote yes for this bill. So I'd like to remind them that they are our servants. We elected them and we put them to these positions that they keep on claiming that, okay, they claim that they are above the law or something of the sort, because that's how they behave. So now, I'd like to say that it's not going to be business as usual. Clearly you have seen, last week we came out in big numbers. Also this week we are going to do the same. We are not going to sit down and relent because now you started kidnapping our fellow protesters. It's not right, and you guys know that. I feel like you are doing that to scare us, but we are not going to be shaken. We will still turn out and show up for our people. Another thing is that these police officers need to be reminded that we're also doing this for them, not only for us. You know, it's so sad to see that police officers use excess force against us, yet we are also rooting for their rights. The results of this protest will also trickle down to them. We're not just doing this for us, they're also part of the plan. You know, police officers generally just earn not, let's say, an average of 40,000, if I'm not wrong, but then you'll still find them, they're the same ones who use force arresting people without any grounds. The Constitution clearly states that we have the right to picket, we have the right to protest, we have the right to stand up against oppression, we have the right to speak up. And we not only just speak up, we need to be heard. There's a difference between listening and being heard. We need to be heard. These politicians should not just listen to us, and they should stop making insensitive comments, uninformed comments about the Gen Zs, saying that us will just show up with iPhones. And let me tell you, we will use iPhones to order our Ubers, and ukikuja, usikuje kama haujane. Usi order Uber na Android, make sure you use that iPhone. Order na rafiki yako, carpool, come we show these people that we are actually trying to fight for a good cause. We are not just noisemakers, we are not just empty babies who don't have jobs to do. Besides, you say we don't have jobs to do. Where are the jobs that we are supposed to do? Most of us are students. You are looking at the job market, you are like, before you even graduate, you start wondering if you should really continue with this education or you should stop in the middle, because you're not sure. It's not guaranteed that when you're done, you're actually going to get this job. And yet, the president already wants to tax us. We are being taxed na hata bado hatuja graduate. What? It's just ridiculous. So I'd like to urge my bad girls, as Millicent said, you continue being bad girls. Show up on Tuesday, don't forget to carry your gloves, don't forget to carry your water. We reject this finance bill.
Thank you. Now I think we'll take questions from members of the press. Before we take that, just to tell the professionals, come out, don't fear. There will be doctors on the ground, there will be lawyers on the ground. They will attend to you guys, so do not fear. This is the day, tomorrow. And also, let me speak also to Francis Atwoli, the go-to Secretary General. Now they are quiet. This means we are on our own. The pay slip will be subjected to, I now think, is it 60% of the taxation? You only take home 50 or 40%. And the go-to leadership, they are now quiet. We are left on our own. So that's why all professionals are coming out here to condemn this, and we are coming to tell people come out. And please, if they arrest one, we will come out again. It's just like a germination, a seed. They arrested other people now, I think 4. We demand the immediate release of the bloggers who are arrested and Kenyans who are arrested. Please, kindly release them unconditionally. You can't be using tactics that Moi used in the Neanderthal era. Now we are digital, now we are informed, we are tribeless, we are smart, we are ready. So kindly please, Mr. President, do not try us. So any other question? Any question from the ground? So take 2-3 leaders of now the Gen Zs and other leaders, millennials, put them that they are now speaking to our leaders. Like we said, we are not political, we are tribeless, and we are focused. We don't want any political party, that is not the time. Now we are focused on to scrap this finance bill because it is oppressive. Remove it in totality. We don't want this finance bill, number one. Number two, you have to stand for those who are killed. You have to, the police has also to come out and be accountable. We are accountable guys, we are accountable leaders. This is not the Moi era, Moi regime. So political party, no, we are not affiliated to any political party. We are not funded. It's us with our own finances and also doing the best that we can do for our country and also for our young generation to come. So we are doing this for our parents who couldn't do this and also for our children who are ready and coming up to this environment. The political panorama has changed. The wind is blowing, and the wind of change is blowing. The paradigm shift. Actually, the UDA regime should be worried, so worried about someone coming out with an iPhone. It's different. It's different. It's a paradigm shift. So, no political party. We are not affiliated. We don't want to form any party. These are professionals of young people coming together to tell the regime a lesson, to send a message.
Reject. Young Professionals Kenya.
Reject.
Fellow Kenyans, members of the press, and fellow young professionals. Today, to begin with, we want to make one thing clear. We are not a political party, nor do we have any political affiliations or leaders behind our movement. We are partyless, tribeless, faceless, and we are Team Kenya, a collective of dynamic individuals united by a shared vision. We are the young professionals of Kenya. We are here to empower the young professionals, facilitate networking, and create job opportunities for our peers whom we know they are currently jobless. For years, we have sat quietly and supported each other, building careers and businesses under the radar, including our diaspora supporters. However, the Finance Bill of 2024 has compelled us to step into the public eye. The bill, which seeks to impose heavy taxes on professional services and young businesses, threatening our livelihoods and even our economic future as our country. We stand here today not aligned with any political entity, but purely to defend the young professionals and the vibrant entrepreneurial spirit of Kenya. Our position of the Finance Bill is to stand for fairness, innovation, and economic vitality of our nation. We oppose the bill of 2024. As John F. Kennedy wisely said, for those who make peaceful revolution impossible will make violent revolution inevitable. We are here today to advocate for the peaceful change inspired by the power of non-violent movements that have reshaped history. Reflecting on the tragic story of Mohamed Bouazizi, whose act of desperation ignited the Arab Spring, we understand the profound impact of economic injustice and the necessity of standing against it. Historical example of peaceful and impactful youth movement, the Salt March, India 1930, led by Mahatma Gandhi. The peaceful protest against the British salt tax was a pivotal movement in India's struggle for independence. It showcased the power of non-violent resistance and the unity of the people in the face of economic oppression. the Velvet Revolution in 1989. This peaceful movement led by students and young activists, just like we are seeing it right now in Kenya, ended decades of communist rule, driven by desire for political freedom and economic reforms, just like what we are doing right now. It succeeded without a single shot being fired. But right now we have lost two of our vibrant individuals. This movement exemplifies how peaceful protest can lead significant positive change, especially when the youth and the young professional unite for a common cause, inspired by these historic events. We oppose the Finance Bill 2024. The negative impacts of the bill: the digital professional service taxation in Section 3 expands the definition of digital market to include platforms facilitating professionals and freelance services. What are the impacts of such? This will increase the tax burden on young professionals and digital entrepreneurs, reducing their net income and potentially stifling innovation and growth. Now, the significant economic presence tax. Impose tax on non-residents companies providing services through digital platform in Section 8. The impact would be, this could discourage the international collaboration and limit growth opportunities for Kenyan startups by increasing costs and reducing the attractiveness of the market for the global taxpayers. And we've been able to witness that because most of the investors have decided they are moving to other countries, in fact, our neighboring countries. We are calling for comprehensive reform. We acknowledge the importance of taxation for the national development and the provision of public services. However, the bill imposes this disproportionate burden on young professionals and emerging businesses. Therefore, we urge President Ruto to recall the Finance Bill 2024 in its entirety, not the amending, rather than making the piecemeal amendments whereby there are still some hidden things that are going to cripple our economy. It is imperative to develop a new bill that is fair, balanced, and conducive to economic growth without oppressing the very foundation of our professional and entrepreneurial communities. We call for reduction in the lavish spending by the ruling regime, ensuring that the taxpayer money is used inefficiently and transparently for the benefit of the entire nation. We can see and attest that as at now, the president has made 66 trips abroad and moved to and visited 38 countries. And are we able to see the benefit? I believe no. And on top of that, I would want to urge the First Lady, instead of her moving from one church to the next, we want her to bring back Linda Mama because we are losing a lot of women during birth. We commend and we extend our deepest gratitude to the following individuals and groups who have stood with us in rejecting the Finance Bill. The Fourth Estate, for their unwavering commitment to reforming the public and highlighting the critical issues surrounding the bill. Online medias and social platforms, for Kenyan on X, TikTok, and Instagram, for amplifying our voices and mobilizing support through creative engaging content. Musicians and artists, we saw them the other day, they all came out on the streets and shouted, "Reject the Finance Bill." Legal and healthcare professionals, led by the Law Society of Kenya, that is LSK, President Faith Odhiambo, and Dr. Austin Omondi Japrado, for providing legal insights and advocacy to challenge unjust policies and for offering medical support. And we also want to say thank you for Jamii Amos, for they offered us a space for treatment. Religious leaders who have also given us moral support in calling out the unquestionable governance. Entertainers and nightclub. The other day we saw them at midnight. They just stopped the music to shout, "We reject the Finance Bill." For the members of Parliament who voted no to the Finance Bill, for standing up for the interest of their own constituencies and the nation as a whole. Independent Policy Oversight Authority, IPOA, and the Police Officer of Goodwill, for ensuring the protection of Kenyans in exercising their constitutional right to peacefully protest and investigating the tragic death of Rex and Evans during demonstrations. And may the Lord rest their souls in peace. Amnesty International Kenya and other goodwill organizations for advocating for human rights and supporting our cause. And a special thanks to Beirut Restaurant for graciously providing the venue for today's press conference. Your support is inevitable and deeply appreciated. What is our call to action? We call upon all the young professionals, the Gen Z, the millennials, and the Kenya from all walks of life. Our unity is our strength. Remember, a people united can never be defeated. That is our slogan. While the President Ruto has extended an olive branch for dialogue, we must be cautious and demand that any approach to equity and dialogues come with a clean heart and genuine intention. Reports of police brutality against peaceful protesters and the abduction of young youths voicing their dissent online cannot be ignored. We've seen how our colleagues have been abducted in the wee hours of the night. Let us stand together, peacefully yet firmly, to oppose the Finance Bill 2024 and advocate for a fair, more equitable future. Our united voices can inspire the change we seek. Let us be the generation that we seek, that will speak out for justice, defend our rights, and build a prosperous Kenya. Thank you all.